So the question is, what happens when development stops in a community? And I think what it really boils down to is then you're not capturing energy, you're not capturing creativity. I mean, what do we really mean by development? Development means that you bring a lot of people together to do something very exciting and creative in a community. And we think about development, we think about building something. But it's a lot more than just building something. It's a lot more than building a building. Because when you build a building, that building effectively is culture. And you create a culture. So when you build or renovate a building and you put a restaurant in it, or when you put a library in it, or when you put an apartment building in the middle of downtown, you're effectively creating energy, you're creating a culture. And look at what's occurred in Oakland over the last 15 years or so. Look at the changes that have occurred in the downtown. We have a great, exciting new culture in this community. And we've built upon the past. I mean, Oakland is a young city. It's only 160 years old. And you look at many of the cities, the great cities of this on this earth, cities like Paris. Paris is 2,500 years old. So we're new, and we have a great canvas to work with here. So we're in a community, and in specifically where we are, which we're in downtown Oakland, we're in an area that can absorb capital. One of the great ways it can absorb capital is through the development of the community, through bringing people in with energy, with life, with ideas. That's how we view development. So when that stops, you have a big void. One of the more specific results of that is that when you do have development, you have resources that are being invested in the community. You have things like taxes that are paid to the city government, to the state government. You have fees that are contributed for affordable housing. There are many, many different benefits. So when you stop development, in our opinion, you're halting creativity and halting exciting new culture that comes to the community. When you do have development, you create jobs. You create lots of jobs. You create great jobs that pay high wages, like construction jobs. They're very high wages for skilled construction workers. And you can also train workers to obtain skills through those jobs, through apprentice programs and the like. So that's a very important part of development. The other important part of development is when you develop a building and you bring people into that building, or when you adaptively reuse or renovate a building. All of a sudden, you have a lot of eyes on the street. As an example, when we renovated our old Sears department store building, there was a lot of crime that took place in that building while it was theoretically vacant. Well, after we renovated it, all that crime went away. Now we have 54 apartments, we have 7 office retail suites, and 180 self-storage units. So we have a lot of people that use that property. So whenever you do that, whenever you develop, you create jobs and you eliminate crime.
Thank you, John.